Guys, today I have for you new FireCrest 2.0 setup for Division 2. With Season 2 we got new gear set which makes our fire turret kind of fun to use. Actually it's pretty decent. You can clear resource convoys extremely quick just like with your Echo's protocol gear set, but it has huge radius now and tons of DPS. You can do this with multiple directives applied, so in a way you can farm levels really quickly, your season levels I mean, and I will show you I think the perfect way how to use new FireCrest 2.0 setup in Division 2. You will apply multiple debuffs and of course it will work in team runs and as a solo player aka lone wolf. So as usual my beautiful bastard, welcome to the insanity. One of the biggest advantages of this setup is that you can actually stop your fire turret. What I mean by that, to be really effective with this turret, you have to apply fire effect, stop your turret. When burning will be basically gone on your enemies, or burn status effect will be basically ended, you activate your fire turret one more time, and that's the best way how to use it. If you will keep it alive and if you will let your fire turret spin non-stop, you will waste it in maybe 20 seconds and the cooldown will be like 50 seconds or more. So I would not recommend you to do that unless you are throwing your fire turret exactly in the middle of the wave. In that way you basically gonna destroy enemies really quickly, but if you need this for crowd control reasons, you have to apply fire, stop it, apply fire, stop it, and second skill should take your enemies down. It can be Striker Drone or Stinger Hive. I love Stinger Hive more because it will work with my Wild Mask. Wild Mask is debuff which has a really nasty 10-second duration and enemies don't have resistance against Wild Mask. But before we get to the setup itself, quick word from the sponsor Diving.net. If you don't have enough time or good teammates but you still want to have all the best items in your game, then Diving.net is set for you. They have absolutely amazing team on the consoles. They will complete your order super quick. Everything happens through account sharing. This service has been working for many years. They have tons of customer reviews. You can check everything by yourself, but now with my promo code ERBADY you will have 15% discount on absolutely all servers. Amazing deal, especially right now they have some crazy sales going on, so definitely check these guys out. But now let's get back to this setup. And like I said, if you know the structure of the strongholds or incursion, this setup can be extremely helpful, because like I said, not only your fighter has ridiculous radius now, but you can basically play with it like stop and go motion. And if you know that there is no obstacles and you will encounter like 6-8 enemies in close quarters, this turret will wipe those enemies even legendary difficulty without breaking a sweat. So it's pretty goddamn dope, and throwing the mixed Stinger Hive, enemies will be taken out easily. Just look at this example. I will wipe this room basically by myself. Teammates are not helping me too much. You can see those in the map that they are sitting kind of far away from me, and with this crazy radius I can take out all the healers really quickly. And only thing that this setup could struggle is maybe Chungus, but to take out Chungus I would recommend you to use Scorpio shotgun and test subject named assault rifle with perfect in sync. Still, even with some time you will take out Chungus as a solo player. For example, you can, like I said, replace Stinger Hive with drone and you will take enemies really quickly. But this assault turret is kinda nasty, and if in your squad has one decent setup with new FireCrest 2.0 setup and 3 DPS guys, that's more than enough. That's speedrun strongholds. because like I said, the radius is crazy. You're gonna block basically entrance to you. With Stinger Hive, the same story, and with your survival specialization, which we are using here, your medkits will heal your teammates, status affected enemies will receive more incoming damage. Of course, burning damage with survival specialization will be increased. On top of that, you have fire grenades and increased repair power or healing. If you need more healing, you can always replace Stinger Hive or drone with Seeker or Mandermine, which can heal you on the fly. But trust me, in this one you don't need it. But to boost our skills even further, I'm using Wild Mask. Exotic Wild Mask will work with status effect attribute, which we are boosting in our build. And against Wild Mask, legendary enemies don't have any resistance whatsoever, and this debuff will sit on their faces for 10 seconds. And my both skills will activate Wild Mask, so this is pretty dope synergy. Just look at this crazy radius. Basically, fire turret is covering whole freaking room. And if you are quick enough, you can take out enemies basically with one turret and take it out or destroy it and go to the next room. It's simple as that. Stinger Hive also really good. If you will use Stinger Hive and you don't have Wild Mask, I would recommend you to maybe switch a little bit the synergy. You could use new gear set mask and use BTSU exotic gloves. By breaking your hive, you will gain overcharge, and with overcharge you will get your turret really quickly back, and of course Stinger Hive itself. You will receive charges really quickly back, and damage will be even more crazier. So you have two ways how to run this setup. I will definitely try this build with BTSU exotic gloves, but right now I think you should use Wild Mask, 4 pieces with new brand set, and you should use backpack. Backpack will give us 25% extra damage as well, and I'm using Providence chest piece with perfect glass cannon, by far the best DPS chest piece in the game. If you don't have it, you could use Wyvern chest piece with skill damage and glass cannon talent, or Golan's chest piece, but make sure that you have find it with a status effect, skill damage, so you could roll core attribute, which will be armor for skill tier. So you have 3 options as your chest piece. Main chest piece would be Providence. Second, I would recommend you Golan, and third, Wyvern. Wyvern is really easy to find. Simply craft it. It will go with skill tier. Make sure that you have found at least 1 status effect on it, and roll glass cannon, and you will be just fine. Bye.